all we have to do is mute you. So I'm gonna mute you.
He's gonna mute himself.
Self, okay.
Okay.
Because that way he can still hear us.
Okay, that's cool.
Cool.
Cool. Okay. That would be cool, because then you can comment. Cool.
Cool.
All
Alright.
right there.
Cool. Right. Cool. You guys have awesome emotes. I guess I should awesome emote too. Let's not dilly-dally so long. Let's get started right away because we have a lot of things to talk about with
Yep.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a grand episode of Waking Up with Soop and Sugah. You guys are tuning into episode 100. We've done it. We've literally been here for 100 episodes.
100.
101.
Selfie time.
But I even want to say 105, maybe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there were the few that Comcast fucked.
Yes.
And then,
Remember we had to redo episodes?
We had to redo episodes. And then on top of that, the one shot after our 50th episode, the annual one shot, wasn't.
We didn't count it.
We didn't count it. So, but guys, 100 solid episodes about video game news, movie news, our times, our good times that we've. It's definitely been past the year marker at this point. So,
oh yeah.
So it's
We're
definitely
going on 2 years now almost.
2 year.
Yeah, year 2 has ended. We're year 3.
Yep.
So
Wow.
right, and it's amazing the games that have come and gone in that time. But I don't want to get too into what has and hasn't happened from 1 to 100. We're gonna do that next episode, because next episode is going to be our annual one shot. So we won't count it again. We'll talk about where we are, what we're doing, progression wise, and how things are going to change, and what's going to happen. So that is going to be just moving forward what the plan is. So yeah, next episode won't be 101. Next episode's going to be a one-shot. And then after that, we'll do 101. Also thinking about maybe holding our review for Solo. Mostly because Saturn's not here. We didn't do it last week because Shug wasn't here. Plus, we had a lot of stuff to talk about. But seeing as we're doing our one-shot, we can't really do our Solo review then. We might do it for 101. And we'll see if we can get someone else that loves Star Wars to tell us their point of view about the Solo movie.
Cool.
So I got a couple names in mind.
I know a big Star Wars fan.
No promises. I know a big one too. So we'll find one. But guys, we'll see who's available. But guys, let's get started because it's a fresh reset Tuesday. It is June 12th. Nintendo has got their E3 going on today. They're going to be live. Actually, I think they just went live. So on top of that, we have tons to recap. So let's get started right away with the first segment of the morning, which of course is video game news. And we're just going to start right off the bat with Resident Evil 2. Fucking amazing. Yo, I jumped out of my fucking seat the minute they showed me so.
And you knew
when
right
I saw
away,
that,
too.
I was like, share. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that was like, I can't wait for that. That was, besides director's cut, 2 was it. That was the game.
2 was the game. A buddy of mine is holding a copy of my 2 that I forgot to get from him, but yeah, like 2 was amazing. 2 was the first Resident Evil that I really sank my teeth into. I played the first one for a while, but I only got so far and didn't finish it. 2 was the one that
What?
I really went through. I finished it later.
Okay.
But I'm saying, as a 7-year-old, I started playing Resident Evil 1. Okay. You know, you're in a dark room, you know, you're with your buddy. The only thing that's on is the light from the box TV screen.
Yeah.
So you know, you played, it was cool, freaky as fuck. The first game, you come up on that zombie and he's munching on the dude and he turns around and he's got, you know, the blood hanging from his face. Like those were epic moments.
Yeah.
But,
or when the dogs jump through the windows, scare the crap out of you.
Scared the shit out of you. But, you know, at the age of 7, 2 7-year-olds, you know, their brain can only function so much. So we only got so far. After that, I was like 9 when I hit Resident Evil 2, and I played the shit out of that game. Like, I remember my uncle guided me through the game. He was like, well, I don't know how to play this fucking system, but I watch your cousins play it all the time, so I can tell you what to do. He was like the YouTube guy before the YouTube was out. Like, he was the walkthrough for Resident Evil 2. So, and back then, I'm dating myself. Back then, times were different. People only had one TV. So if the kids were playing video games, like, the parents were sitting there watching the kids play video games.
I can't believe you play this crap.
Right? Or sometimes they'd be really into it off the edge of your seat, telling you what to do, fucking you up.
Like, I remember when my mom, my dad, and my sister all watched me beat the Tarzan game. Like it wasn't a big thing, but it was still, like, kind of a big thing. A little bit, you know, family time.
Hey, my boys did it. They played it. They loved it.
So, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Resident Evil 2, like, I'm glad. It looks amazing. The way they introduced it.
You think they're going to add content like they did the remake of the first one?
I do believe so, because at GameStop, because the minute I saw it, I went to GameStop to see what the pre-order situation was. There is a deluxe edition available for $80. So I don't know if that means DLC, additional levels, but I mean, if there's a deluxe edition, there's going to be added content.
Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. You don't think they would just put the original version on the disc?
What, for $20? That would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would do that. That one's a stretch for me.
So we still don't have a price correct on just the regular game. We only have a price on the deluxe edition?
The regular game is $60.
$60.
I'm getting deluxe.
Okay.
So
I'm still getting deluxe. What I was looking
Yeah.
for was to see if there was going to be a collector's edition with, like, a statue or something, you know.
Leon, yeah, the 4 characters that are in the game all in one statue would have been cool. Leon, Ada, Claire, and Sherry. Yep. That would have been cool.
Yeah, it would have been cool. So that's what I was looking for. Didn't see anything on GameStop. I don't know if maybe later something will come out. But yeah, Resident Evil 2, something that I'm super hyped about. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there day one. January is going to be a packed month for me, because on top of that coming out in January, we're also Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3 is also coming out in January. And that's not a big one for you, but that's almost like God of War for me, where I've, like, played every one, even on like the handhelds, and now this is the next big one with the better graphics.
Yeah, that's
with
funny
the battle system.
That's your God of War. That's funny.
Like, I've been waiting years for this game to come out. You know, like, I was like you. I hung on every leak, every rumor, every maybe, I heard this, like. So I'm excited for it to come out, and that's going to be another January game for me. A huge one for November, before even the new year hits, and this is because Bethesda blew everyone away. Bethesda did an amazing job during their conference. They poked fun at themselves. They showed you new things. They showed you what they're going to be working on for the future. They even did, like, a little video at the beginning before they started presenting about the whole team at Bethesda, from the cooks to the janitors to everyone at Bethesda. Like, so it was really nice to see this company and how it works. Yes, the whole team. You know, they're like, we feed the guys that are at their computers, you know, fucking 14 hours a day, trying to make it so you can have an open world game where you can go wherever the fuck you want, do whatever the fuck you want. So
what is this game you speak of?
So, Fallout fucking 76. It's a new fucking Fallout game. Yeah, it's a new game. It goes back. So this is actually the first vault that opens up after the nukes have hit, and it changes the way that Fallout is being played because it's something that I've always yearned for from a Fallout game. I started playing Fallout back on the PS3, Fallout 3, and then Fallout 4. I started sinking my teeth into Fallout 4. I got maybe a quarter away through the game, and then Sugah's sister picked up my copy and then played a whole bunch of it. So now I'm like, do I want to start a new game? Do I want to continue from where she left off and I missed some story? So decisions have to be made.
Oh, yeah.
But while playing Fallout, because it's such a cool open world, it really made me want to play with someone else. Like, it would be cool if me and this other dude were out here, or me and this chick were out here, just radiating shit in the land and cleansing the world for good and building shit together. Because you're building like a fort, and it takes you, I've been there sometimes for 3 hours building shit. I was like, man, if we had 4 people building this, like, we'd be done in like 30 minutes. Right? So they did. Apparently they thought about it too, because they've been working on this they've been working on this since Fallout 4 came out. So it's an online game. The minute I saw this game, open world, join up with your friends, fucking amazing, just amazing, endless quests.
I saw the trailer of it.
Dude, I was ready. I was like, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking, do I really need to buy the Forsaken? I was like, $80.
Oh,
I was like, maybe I'll wait. You know, maybe I'll wait till after it comes out a little bit. It'll go down in price, maybe something. I'll catch it on sale, you know. I was like, dude, because I was like, Fallout 76 is just so amazing. Just so amazing. Like, and if they come out with a really cool collector's edition, I might want it.
It did look cool because I've never played a Fallout game, but there was a part in the trailer that I saw where the guy's walking around, and he like walked past this uniform, and then he walked back over it, and then he walked back over it again, and then he stopped and looked at it, and he picked it up, and it's the Fallout helmet, and I guess that's like the symbol of Fallout is the guy's uniform.
Yeah, the armors that you get to build. This has been a thing in Fallout forever. Like, you go out there and you're fighting shit. Like, you get to build armor, and you get to customize weapons. You get to build weapons. Like, Fallout is an amazing fucking game. These aren't new concepts to Fallout. These are things that have been in Fallout games before. So you can pick out Fallout 4 right now and really get a feel for what this is going to be like. The only difference will be that you'll be able to play with your friends online. And they also added this cool new thing where they just put nukes out in the world. You can team up with your friends and find the nuclear codes and possess nukes. Like, you know...
And actually launch one?
And actually launch one,
or
yes.
prevent one, or try to,
or just keep democratic peace. Or if you want to trump it up, just blow someone up, okay? Yeah. And then once you blow that area up, you get to go down there, okay? And you get to look at not only see what you've created, not only the wildlife that changed, but there's like loot that you can pick up because there's
the post-nuke world.
Yeah, because there's stuff there that's like valuable for research and shit that you can use as new weaponry.
I'm kind of curious about it.
And every nuke site is going to be different, you know what I mean, than obviously the world itself, but each individual nuke site, because you don't know what was there in that world at the time. So, and then what state are they in? Alabama?
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah, so I would have to see how Forsaken is going before I decide on that.
It might be something that is worth a red box.
The first DLC is going to drop in December. You know, that's winter, right?
Right, but what did Deej say? He said no cutscenes for that DLC. He said it was going to be purely quests. How many quests do they give you per DLC? 3? 4?
3 or 4.
So that winter DLC,
I have to see.
that's like a muffin at breakfast, bro.
That's
that's
a
cool.
day of play.
You'll be full for like an
day.
hour, maybe two, but you're gonna get hungry later, man. I'm just telling you. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I'm thinking
we'll
about
be
that,
logged
but
in and we'll be finished.
because this is my dilemma, because I don't want to get into where all of a sudden I'm stockpiling on games again and they just sit there.
I
because I
understand.
am seriously thinking about probably the next game you're going to talk about that you and Sugah are really deep into. That's coming out with another one that you said you were.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's true.
I'm thinking about that one because I saw the trailer for that one, and Air Force One is down. And shit's going on, and
okay.
I'm like,
well, you're talking. Okay, let's talk about it. The Division
that's
2.
Really cool.
That's my boy. Yeah. The Division 2. I'm sorry, I'm watching Nintendo E3, and they're showing me all the people that are coming out for Brawl, and they've already announced 60 characters. So you best believe, son. I'm like, I don't care if I have to like.
We'll get to that.
Self-fluid. Sorry.
We're talking about
the Division
Microsoft
2
and the Sony games on Nintendo.
Division 2. Division 2. So much going on. My brain's going to
explode.
So
much.
Division 2. Yes. So
the trailer was awesome.
The trailer was amazing.
I was watching the teamwork of it on how the squad was moving up, split up, separated. They each had their own little section that they would do, but then they were working together on something, and then I liked that whole trailer on how they worked together.
Agreed.
That was pretty cool, and then it's Air Force One down, and I'm like,
this one's in Washington.
It is, it is,
and it's set 2 years after the first one. So not only I like that they're kind of doing the Fallout thing, where it's like, here's the world we created. Now our games are sequels, but they're not necessarily sequels of. It's not, the characters aren't the main story. The story is the main story, right? The main character for the Division is this post-apocalyptic world, right? Mm-hmm. The same way the character for Fallout is the radiated world afterwards, post-apocalyptic. So that's amazing. Like, we could just go to a different group of people now. They used to be agents, maybe they still are agents, but shit has hit the fan even harder now. Like, 2 years of like uncivilization has led to even more uncivilization. Who would have thought? So that is amazing. And now we're trying to take back our capital. Like, now we're trying to start, where before we were like trying to save what we thought we could. Now we're trying to like start at a point and venture outward. Well, so that's going to be interesting.
Restore things back to normal.
Right, restore things back to normal. Yeah, because before there was this normalcy where you're kind of like following orders in order to maintain order, but now there is no order. So it's going to be very interesting. And you've been away, Gao. You've been away, but they've done a lot of changes to the Division.
So much.
And a lot of those changes is stuff that you see in the Division 2. Now, if they keep the weapon modding, if they keep the armor modding, if they also keep the global events that come in. That
confuses me, though. That confuses me. I see so much weapons modding, tweaking.
That's where just a couple of YouTube videos, the same way that a raid is confusing, and you'll watch a quick tutorial on like, hey, this is how you do it, this is the mechanics, and these are the things to focus on. That's the same way the Division is with like the mods, and then kind of like how to utilize those guns in what situation, because there's definitely the PvP versus the PvE guns, and when you want to mod like at the appropriate time. So that would just be, your friends finding a good video for you and being like, hey, Gal, this is the video that you gotta watch before we go into it.
I know. It just seems like gaming has gotten so complex. It's like you almost need a master's degree in like physics
in weapon building.
To figure all this shit out. It's like, what happened to just plugging your guy in and going, man? I mean, it takes you like 45 minutes just to set up a guy and go.
Well,
Yeah, but
it
people
shows
don't
how-
want to pay $60 for just plug and go anymore.
It shows how we've advanced.
And if they do, that plug and
Oh,
go
I
better be
get that.
long. It better be like 40 hours of story.
Yeah, and that's the thing is we don't have time to. So if you think about a lot of games, they used to be so story, and then all you would do is kind of like run around. But it just shows us as gamers. It shows how developers. It shows how everything has just developed and has created more. There are still games that are those plug in and go. Those are your free games. You know what I mean? But you're not as interested in those because you know that there is more. You know that you're capable of more. Like I think about the games that I used to play when I like first started gaming, and then even later how like I was like, oh, I'm uninterested in this because of this play style.
But remember that price? We weren't paying $60 a game before.
Price points
it was
were way
$40
different.
for just like a 12-hour
Yeah.
story.
I mean, I felt really good when I figured out a fatality on Mortal Kombat, and look at how far we've come.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, Jesus.
that's the thing that you got to think about. You know, it's just look at how far we've come in gaming. Yeah, like it does get more complex, but that's also why the argument of like you're just playing a video game. It's like, do you want to play this video game and like do it really well, really succeed the same way that you would in a physical sporting game? You know,
I did notice though that gaming really helps me with my memory.
yes.
There you go.
And
does.
it helps a lot of things. So
Because I've gone back to games I haven't touched in years, and I remember everything.
I know, and it's fun.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. that's
Gaming
great.
pushed my nephew into realizing that reading was everywhere. He was reading and he could get through books cool, you know? But it wasn't this thing of he didn't really understand, like, why is this shit so important? I read a book, cool. I can read, like, I can talk to you guys. And then it's like, well, fine. If you want to actually get good at this video game, he was like, shit. I need to read, and it would take him too long, and he wouldn't like get to do what he wanted to do. He couldn't fight. He couldn't play Zelda because he couldn't read.
He's
And
like,
it's
when is the action? The action's when you're done reading.
The action's when you're done reading.
You know,
and
if
it's
you're
like,
reading a sentence, every 12 minutes, it's going to take you
Correct.
fucking 10 hours to get to fucking some fighting.
like we were like, dude, this is only 3 pages of reading, and it's literally like a couple of lines, you know? So for us, he would see us and we would get through it, and then boom. And he's like, dude, I need to do that. And so video games made a connection for him, you know? Because video games continue to develop and make you see like what you're interested in, what you're not.
And
what
that's
you
all it
love.
is. I think all it is like puzzle solving, really. It's like, it's miniature puzzle solving. Because and the puzzle being that you're trying to find the best gun, whether it be with like the best scope, the best range, the best,
Right.
That's it's all it is.
And it's just
puzzle
trying to
solving.
figure out, you want the best gun, but it's also figuring out which works best with which.
Correct.
Right.
And and that's where
do I-
little opinions from other people, tutorials. But I mean, I remember when I used to not like playing certain games that had all the putty. I used to watch Soop and I'd be like, dude, all you're doing is picking out your clothes and like taking forever and changing your outfit and modding your accessories.
He's like, you're such a
And
girl.
I was like, oh my God. And
like,
he's
I'm
like, but
sorry,
it's
man.
really important. I remember when I had that like first moment that there was a game that interested me in doing this. And I was like, I do love doing this in real life. I love like being very organized and figuring out what works the best. Like, I love when we plan something and I have to like really Tetris our time and our packing situations. And it's the same in gaming. It's just not, when you're not
It is.
educated.
It's come a long way because, like, do you remember finishing Resident Evil, and then you get to do the run through, and you unlock the closet key, and you get to change your outfit?
Yep.
How big of a deal that was?
That was a huge
And then now
deal.
look what we have to go through now.
Yeah. yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
it is. It's insane.
But I am seriously thinking about that one too.
Yeah, and like I said, as long as
It
they kept
looked
that,
good,
I
the
think,
trailer looked good.
and the fact that massive, and they're like, you know what, we're gonna give you the Division 2. It's gonna be a $60 game, okay? They might even do a deluxe edition or a gold edition, right, for $80,
Right, with some extra DLC.
with some
or
extra
content,
DLC or an extra
a
suit.
gun, a sleeve.
So
the suit was
right,
cool.
I think it's all going to be cosmetic though. I think that they've done that where that's why they're able to say, hey, the whole we're going to sell you the game, and then the year of DLC after that, completely free. We're going to have 3 separate episodes with story and possibly new raids, because there's raids now in Division 8-man raids.
That is exciting
like,
for me.
That's very exciting.
That is something that Destiny hasn't been able to give me. Like, I'm like, dude, PlayStation allows 8 people in a party.
In a party chat,
I know.
Like, come on.
That is such my pet peeve. There's 8 people in a party. There should be 8 people that can play.
Well, and I know
that irks me so much that they can't figure that out.
Well, and I know that they keep saying, like, it has to, like, 8 people is a lot. I'm like, I know, but I want that. Like, I feel that we have 8 Exit members that work together as a team that I want to, like, work together as a team with.
Right.
I'm like, I want that. I crave that teamwork.
Right? You're in a party chat with sometimes, and sometimes it's like, cool, you know, but we're raiding, so we need to be able to talk to each other, and the person that you know, want to hang out with, talk with, isn't really talking. They're just sitting there, and they're hearing you do call-outs, you know. So that's not really...
Boring.
Yeah, that's not really, you know...
No, that's not cool. PvP should have went to 8 people. Raids should have gone to 8 people.
Yeah, so it's something that the Division picked up on real quick. And you know what? I think they're doing. I think Massive did a fantastic job. I think when it comes to companies, we talk about all the time companies that have listened to their customers and that have learned from their mistakes. Right? We talk about games like Battlefront. Right? That's a heavy one where they listened, they learned, but they still are in a heap load of shit all the time. Destiny. They've learned, they've listened, they've learned, but somehow cannot keep the formula. By the end of Destiny 1, Destiny was at its peak. By the beginning of Destiny 2, we had lost so much.
We did. I mean, I still love it, but yeah, we lost a lot.
Yeah, it's like it's hard for certain companies to keep momentum, you know? And that could be obviously a number of factors, which we
But why would you take a
talk
step
about.
back? I don't understand why you would step backwards instead of moving forward. I don't get that part.
Don't understand either. So so you know what? I think this is going to be a fantastic game, just judging by the amount of content and the changes that Division has already made to its first game. And this is a game that you bought a year of DLC and then they gave you a second year of DLC for free because they realized that, hey, this game isn't as good as we could have made it. I don't know if it was a time constraint, if it was like, hey, you guys don't want to wait another 6 months for this game, but this could have been in it. So it's something that, hey, they've literally cleaned up their act, and over the last 2 years, they've refined the first Division as much as they could. Mm-hmm. And now they've taken everything and they've passed it on to Division 2.
Right? I feel like every time we go back into the Division, because there will be times where, like, it's always, like, Destiny just isn't providing what it needs to be providing, and we want to run together, because there are games that Soop and I individually like, but we both don't have those games, and so we're in the mood to play together co-op style, but like Destiny doesn't work, so we'll bounce back to the Division, and every time it's fun, every time I get really excited. The only thing that makes us not continue to play is you guys hop into party and it's like, oh, I love my Exit clan, of course I want to play with Exit, and I like sacrifice a game for community, for friendship, for like interaction, and that's like what continues to make me happy. Like, if everyone in Exit had the Division, I feel like we would be playing the Division.
Do they have
more.
clans in the Division?
They do not. I don't think they have a clan system.
They don't have a clan system. That might be something that they would change for the Division 2. That'd be something that'd be amazing.
That
they get that.
Now that we're doing these 8-man raids, like, that's maybe something that the community, obviously, like us talking about right now, like, because I see what you mean, Gal. You bring up this point of, you're like, well, but there is no clan system. There is no way for, like, us to connect. You know, there's just a way for us to play together as a squad, so.
Yeah, but,
right.
I mean, still, the rewards are there.
Yeah, the rewards are fun. The rewards are great. The way that they set things up. Like, yes, things are bullet sponge, but every single time, like, I get exciting things.
Right, it's true. And with
I just hope they. I mean, I'm probably so far behind in the Division now. I mean, you guys are probably like really ranked up in there, and I'm going to be, the weakest link in the chain. But I just can't get over just how cheap everybody was being in the Dark Zone. That really turned me off of that game.
Yeah,
big time.
No, definitely.
Big time.
But they've changed again. They've changed a lot of the dark zone.
Yeah, when it came to cheaters.
They've added more dark zone. Their banhammer came down hard. They changed the way things work in there. So I understand. I understand. But again, the dark zone is something that you didn't have to do. There was so much content on the outside.
There was. I feel like I still don't go to that dark zone because we have so much outside to do.
I go occasionally.
I might have to look at it again, though. I might have to check it out.
Ooh, I like
just to
that
see
guy.
what changes.
Yeah.
You know, because like another thing, I think my game's glitched because like hit every safe house, opened it up, and I never got that trophy for it. And I mean, I spent a whole day going from safe house to safe house to safe house to safe house. I worked myself in a grid back and forth, and never got that trophy. And I think my game glitched out on that part.
Yeah.
So that kind of bummed me out a little bit. But the Dark Zone, you know, I don't know. You said they made improvements, you know, so, but like I said, I'm curious about this new one.
Okay.
I really liked the trailer, and I thought it was pretty badass. And I was like, that looks kind of cool.
It is. So that's something that like I'm highly considering getting straight right off the bat. You know.
Yeah, like pre-order it and get it.
And
Yeah.
get it.
Well, another one.
And it doesn't come out till March.
Right. Well, another one I saw I'm kind of curious about too is The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead game looked decent. No gameplay, and I don't know what it's got. It's one of those things that we were like just discussing. For a $60 price point, like if it's just story, then I can wait on it. I can wait on it until it goes down to $40-$30, and I don't miss the experience. Like Battlefront 2. I could have paid $80 for this deluxe edition, but I didn't. I paid $30. And the game is better now than it was at release, so it was worth the wait. That type of scenario is what I feel might happen with this Walking Dead game. Just because it'd be cool if you can make your own weapons. That would be cool. You know, you went around the world and whatever you collected, you could like make into a weapon in order to fight the walkers.
Yep.
But I don't think so. I think this is just gonna be straight story, like a straight storyline with maybe a DLC with extra story at the end.
It's just my problem is that I love Destiny so much that I try to play other games, and I'm like, and I'm right back in here.
See,
and I don't know why this game has such a grip on me. Because my game, like when I first came online gaming, when I first got really hurt really bad, and Trish was like, why don't you go online and meet some people? So Killzone 3 was my first online game, and that's where Accent started. That's where it like all began for me in gaming online, and Killzone 3 was like my game. And then Guerrilla just let those servers go, and just people were just hacking and just being nuts in there. And this game
it's true,
out,
but he still somehow found a way to play God of War.
I know.
Yeah, and I still haven't finished. I mean, I finished the story mode. I played it.
But there's all that extra stuff. And I understand.
And I haven't done yet because I'm back in here.
I understand, and that's
I can't pull away from this, and I just don't know why.
And that's cool.
Destiny is
but
your Killzone. Like it's the environment. It's a combination of game and social. Like they go hand in hand. They really do. And I understand.
Destiny is your favorite bakery. Okay, it's got the sweets you like. But as far as like a meal, dude, like you can't sit down and have a steak dinner at a bakery. So I gotta go somewhere else for my steak dinner or my pizza dinner. But I love coming back to this little bakery with the freshest coffee and the freshest baked goods.
Who has offered really good, hearty sandwiches at times, and then all of a sudden it's like they change the cook, and you're like, what is this shit that you're giving me right now? And you're like, well, cool, I guess we can't eat lunch here anymore. Like, doesn't mean exactly like Soop says, you won't come back for your coffee in the morning, but it's like, hey, sometimes, like, they just can't always keep the momentum,
but
I think if I could hit level 385 on everybody, then I'll go out and check something else, because then there's really nothing else to do until Forsaken comes
See, that's
out.
another thing for me. I don't even need to have all my characters at max light, because max light like doesn't even. You can be 5 levels below max light and still be really good at a fucking raid and go through it. Like, you know, like, so that's something that isn't highly important for me either. Like, sure, one character, max light, cool. But the other two, they can be 5 levels behind. I don't really need to work for that. Like, that's fine. Because when the next DLC drops anyway, blues are going to be dropping at that and higher. So, you know, it's just something that I don't invest as much into anymore, you know?
Well, I mean, I've spent my time trying to at least get one guy up to run through the new raid, which I ran through once and didn't finish. Got to the boss, didn't finish. So, and that was it. How long has this DLC been out? And I've only just seen the raid once.
We haven't even raided.
I haven't even raided.
Haven't even done it.
I've been so busy with everything else, all the side projects, you know, getting my my lance I just got, and Polaris Lance, just got it, you know, and then I'm working on another mission now.
I completely get you.
It's like,
and
you know, haven't even completed a protocol. So there's so much
yesterday we got the 6.
Still.
There's so much to do still because the DLC just came out. But hey, I understand. I just know that right now it's July, and I might be done with this stuff by the end of August, maybe middle of August, and then wait for that September to see. It is
June.
It's June. Oh damn, it's June. I'll be done with this shit by the end of June.
Because July is Guardian
July.
You're right. I'll be done with this shit by the end of June. So yeah, I'll like, you know, Doom. Doom is a game. They got a sequel coming out, Doom Eternal. It looks fucking fantastic.
I saw that too.
I remember starting Doom 1, and then some Destiny DLC came out, and then I stopped playing Doom 1. But I still have Doom 1. Here. No, but I'm excited to... So right now I'm playing Monster Hunter World, but when I'm done with Monster Hunter World, and I mean done with the story, not done with the game, because it's one of those things where the recurrent events, you have to come back. But when I'm done with the story, Doom is going to be my next game that I'm going to focus on to finish.
Like you're getting through and finishing games.
You know, I'm feeling good. I'm finishing games. Just finished Wildlands. Really sunk my teeth into that. Finished Battlefront 2. Both stories, because there's a campaign. Then when you finish the campaign, they give you an extra campaign, which is amazing. So I did that as well. And now it's just multiplayer stuff. Waiting for my friends to say, hey, let's hop on Battlefront and let's fucking kill some shit. Like, that's all I'm waiting on now. So yeah, Doom is one of those things that I'm going to get through. That way, come Black Friday, when Doom Eternal is on sale for like $20.
Which is how you got Doom 1.
Well, I got Doom 1 for $10, which was a fucking steal.
Same here.
So yeah, so when it drops, you know, this is one of those games that like I can't wait to get my hands on, but I will eventually get my hands on it. Like, yes, I want it, but I know that it's gonna be it might as well be a fucking candle or a vase of flowers, because it's just gonna sit on a shelf for the next 3 to 4 months.
That's what's going on. Like, I have Wildlands, I haven't even touched it. I have Battlefront 2. I did like maybe 2 missions and haven't touched it.
Correct, and that's where
back in here, right back in here.
Well, and that's where Fallout 76. It definitely won't be something you get right away, but you know, keep an eye out, and all of a sudden, when you see that it's on sale, like, hey, that's really when we try to snag stuff too. Not necessarily like when it comes out $60.
Yeah, those come out are like you have to. Like, I have like a handful of games that like, ugh.
Correct.
And I feel like this year is
big.
What that is, Gal. This year was big.
Yeah,
this year was a big
E3
year. Just torn at the heartstrings. Wolfenstein Youngblood, like a new Wolfenstein game where the characters are twins. You get to co-op with your friend this game, and these twins are the twin daughters of the last Wolfenstein game. So that's got some solid story behind it. Makes you want to play the last Wolfenstein. To be honest,
what was the last Wolfenstein? I have the New World Order. What was the other one? Something Colossus.
Yeah, Colossus.
Okay, so I haven't even, because I was enjoying Wolfenstein. New World Order. I was really I played that whole thing.
Yeah,
that was fun.
So that's something that I'm gonna look for now on sale. You know, Colossus, Wolfenstein. Find it Black Friday.
Correct,
for
things
$10.
that we weren't paying attention for now our eyes are lifted. Like
Cyberpunk 2077 looked really good. Halo Infinite. I don't know. They showed off a new engine. It looked beautiful. But this definitely isn't making me want to buy an Xbox. Gears of War 5. So it was really funny because they announced a Gears of War pop game before they announced Gears of War 5. And they showed the Gears of War symbol, so everyone in the stadium got really excited, and you can hear it. And then the minute the pop figures came out, you can hear disappointment. They were ready for Gears of War 5, and then these little pops come out, and they're like, "Cool, Pop has a game now," because yeah, people like collecting pops, so they want to play a video game. I guess maybe that's what
like for the kids.
So
yeah,
the disappointment was in the room. You can smell it.
What? Wait a minute. Disappointment on what? Gears of War 5?
No.
No. Wait.
The pop, because before they introduced Gears of War 5, they introduced a Gears of War pop game. You know the pops, the little plastic figurines
that are like bobbleheads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's going to be a game, a Gears of War game, but they're all little pops. So they introduced that first, and then that's exactly what it was like. Everyone was like, "Oh, okay." And then
real.
And then they announced Gears of War 5, and it like came back. Yeah, no, it was after.
Like immediately.
Yeah, immediately after. Yeah,
that game.
That
game looks wicked. Now that's one strong game for Xbox is Gears of War.
Gears of War. That's one strong game,
Yeah.
but it's wonky with the timeline now. So I don't know what this one where this one falls. Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. The new Tomb Raider looks really fucking good. You know what else looks really fucking good? Female protagonist, now that we're talking about him. The Last of Us 2.
Yep.
Did you see that? Like, fluid motion, amazing. Like, the way she was, like, squeezing through stuff, dodging stuff, the way she was running, and she was able to just pick up that bottle and throw it at that motherfucker and keep running.
Yep.
Like...
Yep.
The fluid motion in that game is amazing.
Yeah, he blocked whatever she did, and he flipped her right over the table. I was like, that looked real.
Right, because it was so fluid. There was no delay between the action and the motion, the pushing the button and the seeing the character do it. So amazing, fucking amazing. They did a really good job with that. But Tomb Raider looks really fucking good. They're going Aztec, they're going Mayan, they're going with Central America now. So it also looks good. Devil May Cry is coming back. Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah, I saw that.
That one. Jump Force. Any anime fan that's always like, who would win in a battle between Goku and Naruto?
Yes.
I don't know. Naruto's got the Rasengan and he's got a fucking 9-tail fox. So he's fucking... And the other one's like, but Goku can go Super Saiyan God. And when if you fight a Saiyan, he only gets stronger.
Dude, these arguments that you hear at a con, it's real. It's so real. And it's so amazing. And now, like, let's go,
boys.
Let's go.
Let's pop this bitch in and stop your shit talking.
You want to talk some shit?
Start your thumb working.
That shit. Let's do it.
So that's exactly what that was. And that was great to see. And we only saw 4 characters. Okay, we saw Goku. We saw Naruto.
Yep.
At the very end, we saw Sugah didn't even see it. They saw
I know I was tired.
Ryuk and Light, which made me think like how are they gonna like do a fighting game with the dude that like writes names in a notebook and just kills them. So that's gonna be an interesting way.
I guess you gotta knock the book out of his hand.
But I'm saying, like, what does he do? Does he damage you with the book, or does he straight up just kill you? Like, you know, or does Light Knight not fight at all, and it's actually Ryuk that you're...
Yeah, I like when games really take to the character well. Like, it's not just this one, you know, hack and slash move or one punch move. They really, like, take to every ability that these characters have. Every piece of the story.
Every piece of the story.
And
then they also showed Luffy from One Piece. So those, but now I'm thinking, hey, am I getting One Punch Man? That would be cool. Who else am I getting? Who else am I getting from, like, am I getting other Dragon Ball Z characters? Am I getting other Naruto characters? Am I getting other One Piece characters? You know, am I also gonna get L? Am I gonna get, you know, like, am I gonna get only one main character from each anime? Am I gonna get multiple characters? What other animes aren't here? Am I gonna be able to rock just an Ava unit? Am I gonna get Shinji in an Ava unit, and like we get to see this towering Ava unit go
Right,
up
the way
against
that
Goku?
like Diva in Overwatch,
Right.
Like, you've got the character, and then like
you
you've
inside
got,
a robot.
exactly, and then you have to kill
The
two
robot,
characters.
in order to get the character to come out and then fight the character.
Exactly.
So this was just a teaser. This is the word of a teaser.
Well, we also don't know how they're going to set up in terms of what characters are going to come out first, and if there's going to be DLC
There has to
characters
be
after.
DLC.
Correct. So that's where, like you said, we might just get the main characters, and that's what the story is around. There might be story. You unlock all of the main ones, and then you get the whole team. And before you know it, you have the whole Dragon Ball Z team.
So yeah, fucking Jump Force. I don't know who came together. I don't know who, like, whoever started this. Great, fucking amazing. There was a market for it that people were hungry for, and boom, it's cleaned. Like,
They just couldn't come up with a good name.
Anthem. Anthem is in the fucking Jump Force, but
there's-
Anthem is something
I
I know
know,
you're
I
excited
was
about.
excited.
Did you fucking Anthem? They have warlocks. They added a warlock class to Anthem. I don't know if you saw this. Have you guys seen this?
I
it's
did
called.
not.
So the guy is literally called Storm. Like, the class is called Storm, and fucking they couldn't even choose a different pose for the motherfucker. Like, he flies around and he looks like a fucking warlock.
I don't think I saw it.
Really? You did not see it?
I
Pull
don't
up your-
think I did. I don't
Pull up your
remember it.
tablet.
Damn.
I just remember
So, yeah,
just the two in the suits and going out and cruising, and you know, maybe
Yeah.
it was the original one that I saw. I didn't see an extra trailer for it, but I'm into it. I'm so curious about that.
They've
That just looks
yeah.
really cool.
It looks really cool. It almost looks like they have, like, what are the gloves for the Stormcaller where you're able to fucking landfall?
Oh yes, the ones with
Yeah,
the coils
Yeah,
around them.
so
Yes,
it
no,
almost
landfall ones.
it almost looks like they have that.
I just like how they're versatile underwater. You know, they can fly, they can go deep, they can,
They can do
you know,
everything.
and-
Yeah, no.
and you can pick your class that you want. You can jump into any suit that you want, right?
Yes.
So even though you're a ranger, you can jump into a Titan suit,
Yes,
right?
and you can upgrade that, like the character, like the main character, you can upgrade him, and those upgrades stick with you no matter what suit you jump into. So not only can you upgrade your suit, you can upgrade yourself.
Damn.
So yeah, that
which
looks...
is crazy, because I bet you, like, you can also really choose where you're gonna put all that. You can put everything into your suit and not as much into your character, or you can equally balance yourself. That's cool that they've done that for us. That's just more work.
Well, this guy in the background over here floating with his hand up, like
Totally like a warlock.
totally a warlock, dude. And they blink too in the air.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's like the warlock done right, I want to say, because like they like they fly, they don't float, they don't prissy float, they straight up fucking fly, and they look really fucking cool. Yeah, so Anthem is
so
one of
many
those
games so far, man.
So many fucking games, so they did
It's gonna
such
be a
good
rough
job.
year, man.
It is. It's going to be rough. Here's a Warlock from D2, and here's a Storm from Anthem. So, like, Anthem is one of those games, and Anthem's when? February? Oof, Valentine's
What is it?
Day
How many
gift.
multiplayer is it? How many multiplayer?
I don't know, but I know you can squad up
Is it
with
just-
4 people, and I know it's going to
Okay.
be all story, no PvP. All story, no PvP.
Okay.
Okay, I'm already
Online
happy about
only.
that.
Must
Like,
have online
yes.
connection. Yeah, I know you would like that, because that's a complaint you've recently had about Destiny, is that they've been focusing more on PvP and less on the PvE story perspective. So yes,
Yep.
this is going to be all PvE story perspective for Anthem. So yeah, something else that's very fucking exciting and came from E3. Now, we also got a couple games. Unravel 2, which they were like, it's ready, so go get it. That was amazing to be able to show off a game at E3 and then say, go fucking buy it. It's available. FIFA 19 for your soccer lovers. Madden 19 for your football lovers. Command and Conquer Rivals for those who love their strategy. I wasn't too fond of it. Just Dance 2019 if you're into dancing. Captain Spirit, which takes place in the world of not Stranger Things. It was a free game for the place. Life is Strange takes place in the universe of Life is Strange. Captain Spirit, and it's free. The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit is free. That'll be available for PS4, Xbox One, and on
There's
Steam,
the one I did
June
see.
26th.
It was like a Shogun dude, a Shogun warrior, sword fighting. What was that?
What's
Yes.
it called?
They were fighting out in the rain. You know, and like he'd sword fight a guy, and he'd take him down. And he'd just walk up to him and just sink his sword in his back and pull it out, wipe it out, and just go to the next guy. And then he met with someone that it looked like they were going to fight, and then they took off together. And I can't remember.
Was it the samurai game?
It looked like a samurai. Yeah, definitely looked like a samurai, but it wasn't called that. I forget what it was called.
It might have been Ghost of Tsushima.
That's it.
Yeah, so that was one that I was like,
Uh-huh.
that I was very excited about. That I like showed Shug. Like it looks, and it's actually historically accurate. They like actually went back to like when Japan was getting invaded by the Mongolians. They did their research and they brought like history to a fucking video game. So that's really cool that you get to replay an actual moment in history.
Yeah.
And be a samurai that fights off this invasion. It looked beautiful. The landscapes were amazing. The colors were vibrant and delicious. Yep. It was good. It was really, really good. So we'll see what they do with that. Skull and Bones, Trials Rising, which is funny because Trials Fusion is free right now for PS Plus owners. So the fact that the sequel is coming out, Trials Rising, that's fun. Skull and Bones, you get to be a fucking pirate. This pirate
thing. I signed up
thing.
for that beta.
You signed up for that beta? I signed up for the Division 2 beta.
I did that one
signed
as
up
well.
for Fallout.
We need Fallout. Yep, there's a lot of betas.
A lot of betas right now that you can fucking download. Not to mention Fallout. So Fallout Vault is a game that was on
Battlefield
mobile.
5.
And they brought it out for the PS4. Yes, Battlefield 5. Assassin's
Back
Creed.
to World War II.
Odyssey. Yep. Got a new Assassin's Creed. We're actually going to ancient Greece with this one. World War II for Battlefield 5. Thank you, Gauzy. Crew 2 if you like your racing.
you get seasons. You get seasons.
Yeah, you get no. That was Forza.
Was that Forza?
That was
okay,
Forza.
that was the Horizon.
Forza.
You're right.
That was Forza. So many games. Resident Evil 2. Oh my god, Resident Evil 2.
Oh man,
so
my
many
pocketbook
games.
is gonna be so mad at me.
I know. I know the feeling. And you know what? For some of these games, you only have to buy one. For some of these games, I have to buy 2 copies of. Shug isn't gonna want to play Death Stranding. AKA what the fuck is what the fuck is what's his name? Norman Reedus doing?
Yep.
What the fuck is Norman Reedus doing with that baby?
It's
Oh
true.
yeah, what was that game called?
Death Stranding. It looked
Stranding
cool
is
though,
creative.
like with the
Man.
invisible monsters that are. When you see him
Yes.
walking out there, you're like, this is lame. It's walking. It's Lord of the Rings, the game. We just get to walk. Like instead of a ring, we're carrying this baby forever. Like 9 months. We're
That
gonna
was
carry this
weird.
thing for 9 months.
That was
Right?
so
that like
weird.
creepy monster.
But then the monster was invisible, and
But
then
his hands like were feet, maybe, or was he walking on his hands?
I don't know. That was weird, but I don't know. Did you? So if you paid attention, the way the girl described him, she was like, "Time moves forward with whatever they touch." That way, that's why when they stepped on the floor, you saw grass and flowers growing. Whatever they touch makes time move forward.
That's fucked up.
So I don't know what kind of enemy this is, but that is a really fucking cool concept.
Yeah, and like don't move. Don't
Yeah,
move.
so apparently they're blind and they can't see, but maybe they could hear you.
Or smell.
No, because they would have been able to smell, because he was like right there.
Right.
Or pick
there?
up vibrations.
Right. So I think it's like sound or vibration based. So that is really cool. Again, we're like, what the fuck? But at the same time, I'm in. Like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, damn, but let's do it. So, and then so many independent games that are coming out. But yeah, just a plethora of games. And let's talk about the biggest one, because this is what we're going to talk about for probably the next 10 to 15 minutes. Cade dies.
Yeah,
PlayStation opened up, and they were like, yo, guys, Cade got... Right? We saw Cade all fucked up.
So we
Shook
see
was
him
like, what
really
happened to
fucked up.
Cade?
We see his ghost, like, get shot, like, out of the sky, just boom. I know, I was like, did that just happen? Did that just happen? Then we turn, and we see the queen's brother.
The queen's brother.
The queen's brother standing there with Cade's
With the ace
gun
of spades.
in his motherfucking hand, and he points it at Cade. We get another shot.
Face.
We hear the gunshot, and then as they walk away, we see Cade on the ground. Literally on the ground. I'm like, yo, he died. They took a page from Game of Thrones, and they realized the best way to cause drama is to kill off main characters. Like, kill them.
It's really a picture of Game
Introducing
of Thrones,
Cade
though.
7.
No, it's a lot of people do it.
A lot of people do it. Yeah,
And that's the birth of Cade 7.
Correct. That's what we're talking about, but we don't know. We have no idea. Like,
because he lost his light, right?
correct. He has no light.
You lose your ghost, you lose your light.
So is he able to reprogram his mind? Also,
So that means he's not a res. So that means his mind would have to be transferred to another body. In which case, we could lose Cade 7. Cade 6 as a person completely, which means the character could be completely different.
he may come back, but he may come back as someone else in a completely different voice, you know?
Yep.
So all these things. Like, yes, in
all
my
things
mind, I want to be
possible.
like,
And
don't
just to
worry,
see
he'll
that
come
it
back.
was the Queen's brother, which now you know he's behind all the pirates that break out of that prison.
That's
He
true.
broke him out.
So, man, and
So
now...
the House
now,
of Wolves, it's like that was him? That was him the whole time? House of Wolves, when he broke out the Cows of Cows, was he possibly...
I don't know. That's also another question. Like, yeah, that's also another question now. Like, did he
Because his
break
ship
out
crashed
Skolos?
on Mars. His ship crashed on Mars. It's in the Lost Sector.
Right? Like,
So
you
how did
bringing
he?
up
How did he
this-
meet up with all the fallen pirates?
I don't know, dude. I hope they show us. I hope there's story. I hope it's not like in the grimoire somewhere.
Correct, I hope I don't
Read a
have
gun to
questions.
find out what happened. It's literally a thing. You go into your guns and
I know.
read your gun
Wow,
to
huh?
learn what
What-
happened. Like,
What a thing to see!
like, you know, yeah. So here you go.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where I hope they give us what we want to see. Is the queen alive, or is she not alive? And has the brother taken over? Is she alive and the brother doesn't know that she's alive, so that's why he's taking over? And then we're gonna see her come back, and then shit's gonna hit the fan.
Right?
She's
Brother
gonna kick
sister
his ass.
war.
Have we lost Cade? What's going to happen to the Hunter Vanguard? Do we need a new Vanguard leader?
Are we going to
for
meet
the
an
Hunters?
entire new character?
Or who's coming back to do that? Who's going to do that? Are we going to? Yeah.
And then how is
Is it going to
Ikora
be
and
Shiro? Do you
Zavala-
guys remember Shiro from?
Yes.
From
Yep.
the Iron Tower.
Rise
Yep.
of Iron. Yep.
Yeah.
Correct. But also, how is the Vanguard going to be affected moving forward? How is Ikora and Zavala going to be affected, and what's going to happen with them as
And
well?
the most important question: who is going to take care of Cade's chicken? Holy shit, that thing needs to be fed.
That's the big question.
That's the
But I
big
think Zavala and Ikora are going to be on the mad hunt to get him into a different body.
We'll see. But again, I hope they show us. I hope they fucking show us.
Yeah.
So that's
They got a chance to do something really cool right now.
They do.
They got a chance to do something really cool.
And man, I hope they don't fuck this up, dude, because this
This is like a big pivotal moment in the game.
Yeah.
If you think
It is,
about
and
mean,
I really like the way that Bungie set this up for us. Like, I honestly, they were like, "Oh, we'll see you at E3." I'm like, "What are you gonna show me at E3?" Like, "Oh, you're gonna have stuff available." Like, cool, you know. But I was like, "What are they gonna show me at E3?" They've shown me, they revealed everything. Like, I was like, Bungie, you guys do that every time. Like, you come to the party and you bust your nut right away. Like, oh, you're drunk on the couch puking by 9 o'clock, and everyone's still partying, and then all of a sudden this came out, and I was like, shit, okay, Bungie, like, they may have puked in the bathroom, but they're ready to party.
Mm-hmm.
They're ready to party.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this, boys.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
And I hate to say this, but with games like The Division having raids, 8-man raids, there's rumors that Anthem will have 8-man raids where you can just, your 4-man squad, another 4-man squad can team up to do stuff. Like, Bungie better be on point with their raids, because they only have 6-man raids, so they need to be
let's see what this
really
Dreaming City's all about. Let's see
And-
if their hype is right, where it's going to be the biggest raid they've come out with the most boss battles so far.
So I want
it's Vault of Glass and King's Fall had a baby.
right.
Let's see.
And it looks good, but you know how there's a motif where raids aren't necessarily connected to the story. That's what I'm saying. Like, right now, the things that Destiny has going for their raids is the mechanics, which sometimes are fun and sometimes they're floppy, and also the story. All right? Because it was fun fighting Oryx because you killed his son and you wanted to show him who's boss.
Fuck yeah,
Right.
it was.
Okay? Atheon was just kind of out there.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, he was just a Vex big guy that needed to be taken down.
Callus, interesting. Argos, just kind of out there. Okay?
Ass Kiss or whatever his name was in Wrath.
Axis, yeah. Axis, story. Thank you. Story. Worked for me. It worked for me. He unleashed a Siva. He's Siva God now. Destroy Siva God. Siva weapons. Siva cool. But I really hope they don't do something where, you know, this new raid is not connected at all to either the Pirates, the Forsaken, or the Queen's Brother in any way, shape, or form. That would blow nuts. So they really need to step it up, dude. They really, now that other games are doing raids, like they better really fucking. That's what Destiny had for them, dude. That's what Destiny had, like story and these great raid mechanics. So now more than ever, like they've got a fire under their ass. So they're gonna have to deliver, dude.
I have to deliver, dude. Gal.
So last one we're gonna do here before we get out of here is, of course, we're gonna talk about it because I just saw a whole bunch of this, but fucking Super Smash Bros. Was announced for the Nintendo Switch with 60 fucking characters, and
Right now.
comes
Right
out
now,
December
this year.
7th, and they give you so many fucking skins. I saw Cloud, you know, I saw Lucas, I saw the Miis, I saw Bayonetta.
She's got her first and her second skin, and they also made mention that, like, even with the different skins, like, their moves are going to sound different as if they did in the game. Like, it's not just going to be the same move, different skin.
That's amazing. So we'll get more into it as we learn more, but because it was just a peek. But I'm already super fucking excited. 60 characters right off the bat. Like, name another fighting game that has had that many characters in the last 5 years.
Yeah, that would be, like, at the end of the game, or if you purchase...
You got the
all of
DLC,
them.
so you got the extra 5 characters. But even then, it rounds up to, like, 30. You know, so 60 fucking characters. And I hope there's DLC with, like, 20 more. Because that would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. So, anything else you guys want to cover before we get the fuck out of here?
No, we've definitely E3'd it up
We've
today.
E3'd
Yeah, we
it
did.
up.
We did.
I feel the conversation.
Just lots of things to look forward to. There's a lot to choose from. I'm torn on a few of them.
A lot of pre-orders. I know. I don't know about torn. Yeah. I'm just wondering how much actual time I'll have for life. Is basically
exactly. You know, I mean, I have to pick and choose which ones I'm gonna
lose a lot of sleep if I need to finish Resident Evil 2 before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out.
Resident Evil 2 for sure, Forsaken for sure, and then I'm torn. You know, on which way do I want to go? Do I want to go for the next Last of Us? Do I want to pick up Destiny or Division 2? You know, just I'm kind of torn.
Well, just remember some of those. It's the story games that can wait. It's the single player games that can wait. It's the multiplayer games that you play with your friends that kind of can't, because then you buy it late and you jump in and your friends are all level 360 and you're level 1, and
right. See, that's it.
That's you have to factor that in.
Anthem is another one.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be tight, dude. It's gonna be very tight. It's like Fallout, November, January. What's January?
You gonna say?
January is Kingdom Hearts.
I thought it was February.
No, Anthem is February. January is Kingdom Hearts and Resident Evil 2. And then Anthem in February.
Is the Division.
And then March is the Division. And then you're not even counting the Switch stuff.
No. And the Switch that we're going to get ourselves for Christmas because we want it.
Pokemon Go, Eevee, Pokemon Go, Pikachu, Super Smash Brothers. Like, all good things to come. All good things to come. Money is going to be made, ladies and gentlemen, and will then shortly be spent thereafter. But pre-orders are hot, and the only thing to really consider is whether you're getting the regular, the deluxe, or the collector's edition. I've already settled my form. I've said no to the $200 Fallout collector's edition. I'll probably just get the $60 game. I don't think they'll have like a deluxe edition for $70 or $80. If they do, I might consider it, but I'm thinking just the base game for right now. Just base game.
We'll make my sister get the collector's edition for Fallout. That's what we'll do. Get it.
So base game, and then same thing. Like, because I know Resident Evil is going to be a deluxe edition for me. I know if Kingdom Hearts comes out with DLC or a deluxe edition, that's what I'm going to want. Anthem, I'm cool with just the $60 game. The Division, I know that if they come out with a deluxe, I might look into it, but also because they're going to give me DLC for free, I might just get the $60 game.
We'll have to see what it all includes.
So, all details to look out for, guys. All things to consider. Guys, the Nintendo Treehouse Live conference is going on right now, guys.
Get over there.
Guys, if you guys want to see what's happening with Nintendo, it looks like they're going to talk about Pokemon Go Eevee and Pokemon Go Pikachu.
They got a Pikachu and an Eevee sitting in their lap right now.
So guys, there's the link right there for YouTube if you guys want to go check out the Nintendo Treehouse Live. Or if you want to search it here on Twitch, you sure can. Guys, we're going to plug it up before we get out of here. But we're going to go watch this Nintendo stuff. So you should watch it with us, and this will be what we're covering next week. So plug it up. Sugar, where can people find you?
Sugah Tits, SUGAHTITZ with the underscore at the end, and that would be on Twitter. Feel free to check out whatever we are talking about.
Gal, where can people find you?
Facebook, Dave Jersey, Plattsburgh, New York, and DJ Gal on Twitter.
There you go. Guys, I'm Soopkichen. That's SOOPKICHEN. You guys can find me here Tuesdays live on Twitch. You can also catch past episodes of Waking Up with Soop and Sugah on YouTube. And you guys can always see what I'm doing and up to on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for tuning in. However, you tune in, whether it's live here on Twitch or later on YouTube. Guys, thank you very much. 100 episodes. We're very honored. It's been amazing. It's been a great couple of years. We've had great discussions on here. We've had a lot of laughs. We've a lot of happy moments on this show. So, guys,
Yep.
thank you, and hey, we're gonna keep doing it as long as we're having fun and inviting people, and as long as there's video games to play and movies to watch that we're gonna want to talk about, because that's what it is. That's what it is. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you next week with a fresh Reset Tuesday.
Woo!
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.